I think we're doing our own there, Steve. Yeah.
Well, we're gonna do our own, but if I was well, I mean, yeah, the timing is basically what my question would be. I'll defer to Mr. Tibbs on that, because if the county hasn't enacted it, I don't know what the delay would be at this point. But
Because we want to respond to the
League of Cities.
Florida League of
Yeah,
Cities.
as soon as possible.
okay, Mr. Tibbs, is that something that you could generate from on the city side, or
Yes.
okay?
So you should ask first.
Yeah, and I'll be on my computer. I just will have a time difference.
Yes,
So.
sir. I don't have any.
That's all I have.
Mark, you got anything for Steve?
No.
Brad? All right, Steve, thank you.
All right, thanks. And we'll go to get the Lee County and vote. Talk to you later. Bye.
Yeah.
Have a good trip.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Bye.
City clerk.
I don't have anything.
Okay, did he make anything for Ashley? Craig A. Smith is not here. Public Works Superintendent Bradley.
So just to touch on that piece of property across the road, I did get in touch with Archie from the county, told him what was going on. We were kind of pursuing them about cleaning theirs up, so we had to clean ours up too. So he is aware of it and said that they can make a move on, put a machine in there.
Over here.
The county owns a piece in there and the city owns a piece in there.
Opposite the yacht club you're speaking about?
Across from the office.
Yes, sir.
So Archie is aware of it. He said he can probably get a machine in there. And do what.
Make it happen.
Is there any squatters over here lately?
Any what?
Squatters?
I don't know. They don't make vacation for 2 weeks. You never know day to day who's gonna live in there. I do have PSI scheduled to come look at the panel on the list of pump station here by the boat ramp. It burned up while I was on vacation for some reason, and you have to go manually turn the small pump on, the large pump won't come on at all.
Was it a lightning strike?
I won't really know until Jeremy comes with that Thursday or Friday.
Okay.
And gives me an idea, but he's also gonna look at the ball field lift station and the training center lift station. I told him I want them fixed, I want the alarms put back on, the lights working. Get them back right.
Yeah.
He'll come look at it, give me a quote, or do what we need to do to get that ball rolling and fix it and stuff.
And we'll follow up with that at the CDP, get those approved on an emergency basis.
Now, the big pump's the one we can hook the PTO to.
Yeah, 10th Street and on here. At the boat ramp. The only other thing, I've had some citizens with some concerns about, I don't know what y'all talked about when I was on vacation, but the pickup of horticulture and household debris. People aren't gonna call it in, but your neighbors gotta drive by and look at it every day, and the whole street has to look at it. We're not picking it up. It's not us, it's not picking it up, it's people not calling in. So I don't know what we need to do to get the people to call in or
Have we put the door,
remedy that.
have we
situation.
put the door tags out? I know one time Colleen was putting the
Yeah, and then.
walk door hangers up.
Between two pieces of property and neither one of them will claim it. So we've run into that issue. There's issues with that. And it's, in my opinion, the city's gonna start looking like a junkyard.
It's an ongoing problem.
It's gonna be an ongoing problem,
Oh, I agree with you,
but
Brad.
it's.
And we gotta go someplace as a council about it.
I agree.
Whether we gotta schedule a meeting or get back into that ordinance. Jerry can do that job.
Absolutely.
It's not as, and I'm not disagreeing that Jerry can do the job or anybody can do the job. The ordinance says this is how it's
Like
going
you
to be.
said, Clay, we're gonna have to.
I'm
get
not
back
arguing
in
with
the
you,
old
Mark.
office.
I'm not going to argue with you about it, but if you're going to tell the guys, nothing against Jerry, to do it, you might as well tell them to take any ordinance in that book and just pick the one they want to, just don't worry about it.
Well, we don't
change
worry
it.
about cars being all over.
Change the ordinance and we'll do it the way you want to do it. I'm not arguing with you.
Okay,
It's
that's
just
what we'll do. We'll
change
put
the
agenda for
ordinance.
Next meeting.
make a motion.
My thought on it, and I talked to Brad a little bit before he went on vacation, was that the city of Moorhaven, the horticulture program that we provide is the grab truck on once or twice go through town to pick up your horticulture. So when I'm gonna use myself as an example, okay? When I mow somebody's yard and I pick up the palm fronds and I put them out there by the road, to me, that truck coming by there without having to be called is the horticulture program that we provide because we got a brand new horticulture truck. Now, if I go over there and chop down an oak tree, well, now that's a special pickup. And where this conversation came in before was, and it wasn't trying to offend anyone. It was, well, sometimes Jerry's not on the truck. Somebody else is there. Jerry might be charging them $25 and the other guy's charging them $10. So that's where the discussion came in that Brad or Larry needed to go over there and look at the pile. But Jerry's been doing it for a year or two. He's capable of deciding whether it's going to be $20 or whatever the set amount is going to be. But then at the same time, if there is a huge tree over there that's dropped on the road, well, now put in a phone call and get Brad over there. Like, man, I'm thinking $100, bounce it off.
Bounce it off each other, yeah.
So our horticulture program is that $300,000 truck that we brought. Now, as far as your C&D and things like that, all that should be put in a dumpster, in a construction dumpster. We've dealt with that. People throwing a couch out there. I mean, there's a couch sitting up by the dumpster up at Joe Branch's, and there's nobody in there got a couch. I mean, somebody came over there and threw that out. As part of a city trying to keep it clean, you're going to have to swing over there and pick that couch up in between those two pieces of property that no one called about and that no one claimed about. And a lot of this goes on in the weekends and after 5 o'clock when the workers, they don't live here, I mean, they don't all live here. They don't know that the people in charge, they don't live here. So they don't know. But that's my thought process on it. If we have to go back and reopen an ordinance and change it.
I think,
But the city of Moore Haven's horticulture program is that truck going through town a couple times a week.
and I don't disagree with what you're saying.
Yeah.
My problem with it is we have an ordinance that we just 2 months ago changed. We never mentioned it in the ordinance. Now, 2 months later, we realize we have a problem and nobody's, let's go back to doing it the way we were doing it. Well, if you're going to start doing that, then pick an ordinance and we'll just throw that ordinance out. It's not that Jerry isn't capable of doing it, because he is. Do it the right way.
Well,
That's what I'm
It has to
saying.
be reviewed.
And another thing about it too is you're talking about if it's not in that can, we're not going to pick it up. I'm sure this council was under the presumption at that time was that if it was garbage out of your kitchen or out of your garage, if it wasn't in that can, or if it was in another can, we weren't picking that other can up. That's where it came into my mind that if it's not in the can, we're not picking it up. Horticulture never crossed my mind because we just bought a $350,000 truck.
And we've had issues. We've had people come in here, and it's one of the things I liked about the ordinance or the way we were doing it, making the phone call. We had the guy come in here, Charlie Smith, 4 or 5 months ago. Well, I've been out of town 6 months and I've been billed 3 times for, now Jerry's not trying to guess whose property it is. Now whose property it is. Now, the instance that Brad's talking about where you've got a piece of in 2 different people's yards, well, therein lies the problem.
Yeah.
And look, it's not a perfect, we're not dealing with a perfect science here. We've got issues. We understand that. The thing I'm saying is if we're going to do this, let's do it the right way. And changing the ordinance is the right way to do it, but we're going to look silly every 2 months changing the ordinance.
We've got to do it the right way.
But we got to do it the right way. If not, you're basically telling Jerry, just pick an ordinance and we're not going to abide by it. That's my thoughts on it.
The problems we
I don't
have
know
in the
that.
office is a
I don't
lot
know
of
what
people
you
do
mean.
not want to pay for extra pickups if they didn't give you permission to pick it up.
Mhm.
So, I mean,
I know, I can see both sides of
we
it.
have to fight it all the time in this office.
Well,
That was the
yeah.
whole point about
They
it.
set stuff next to the road and then what?
And then we charge them extra pickups. They call in here and say, my neighbor put that there, or the person across the street put
I
that
paid
in my
for
yard.
that across the street from my house
Yep.
for 2 years. So
And-
I know.
We get yelled at on a daily basis about
Yeah.
extra pickup charges. And if it's just written down miscellaneous, then
Because
We don't-
miscellaneous is in between the yards where he doesn't know.
no, miscellaneous is just like it's a pile of different things out there, not a couch or a love seat or, whatever. The problem is when they call in, if we don't have anything that says it's a couch, it's a bed, it's whatever. If it just says miscellaneous, they're like, well, what's miscellaneous mean? Because I know what I put out there. Tell me what I put out there that you're charging me for. So if we're going to do it, that's okay. But the paperwork needs to state exactly what they picked up. So if it's a couch, a dresser, whatever, it
That
needs to
falls
say
on the guy
couch,
driving the truck.
dresser,
Yeah.
this, that, whatever. We've had a lot of issues, not saying it's coming from Jerry, but everybody, if it's somebody different running the claw truck, if it's somebody different running the garbage truck, they don't have time, I know, to write out every single thing that they picked up. But that's our issues we're having in here.
Can you make him for his clipboard, instead of him putting miscellaneous, put, your options,
There is-
wood, couches, is it?
It's on there. And sometimes it just gets marked miscellaneous.
Well, we all know it's on our mind, so,
And we can't penalize the people that want to keep their yards nice.
I mean, if I mow 52 yards and set 52 yards out by the road that week, I gotta come in here and she's fixing to fill out 52 work orders.
I
How
do
much
think,
time
or,
is that
I mean,
gonna
I do
in
think
for
that
somebody else.
Huh?
You can't call it in for somebody else,
If I'm in charge of their property and they don't live here, I'll call it in.
but you can't.
But I will.
They won't allow it.
Who won't?
Who won't?
I can't call in. for
Do
my
what
neighbor.
now? Explain that to me again. So if Jake has got the property management
hmm
or Jake's over caretaking, he can't call in and say,
It's the residence account. So
But
basically,
he's
he's
got-
calling in to give permission to charge on the residence account.
'Cause I have
How do you do
con-
that?
I have a
But he's a
contract.
caretaker of their
yeah,
residence.
but
But sometimes the neighbor will say, my neighbor put out something by the road and they haven't called in and it's not getting picked up. I'm going to call it in for them. You see what I'm saying? It goes both. It goes all kinds of ways.
there's
And
a lot of
that's-
gray areas
I'm
for
just
sure.
telling y'all the issues that we see in this office. I understand it needs to be picked up. I get that 100%. But if we're going to do it, everything needs to be labeled out and we need to know who's allowed to call in. Maybe they need to call in and say, hey, this person can call in for stuff on my account or whatever. I don't know.
If I mow a yard and I call up here to have a work order picked up, it's
Mhm.
gonna get picked up. I'll guarantee that.
Yeah. If I clean the guy's rain gutter out there, I'm caretaker for it, and it's a bag of stuff, it's gonna get there.
Or I'll bring it.
Well, I just brought it up so everybody knows that it's not us. We're not picking it up.
Yeah.
We're going by the ordinance right now.
Yeah, and we have to right
She's
now.
right.
It
I mean,
makes a
she's right. It would clear up, better paperwork. I mean, she's
Yeah.
right. We can move on with the meeting. As you said, I think he said at the beginning, we might need to have a workshop
we
on.
need to have a workshop.
Yeah.
folks.
I was going
It
to.
was I'm not disagreeing with what you're
Yeah, I
saying.
don't think none of us are.
We need to do something.
I see there's a problem in
But
the office. but
You
there's-
cannot change, you can't just go around and if you're gonna break that ordinance, then pick an ordinance and let's break it too.
Right, we have to stick to the ordinance until we
Well,
change
we're
it.
breaking ordinances every day, Clay. There's cars sitting around. We got an ordinance for license plates on cars,
That's also a problem.
right?
Okay,
I
so,
mean, it's all a
Am I right or
problem.
wrong?
well, why hasn't it been right? Why ain't
Well,
code
we got an
enforcement right
ordinance for it,
now?
but we're not
Let code
following
enforcement
up on
right.
it.
Well,
One of y'all, whenever you started this about workshop or whatever, that was going to be my report, was that I would like to have a workshop next week if possible.
just pick a day.
Because this is,
Can we do it after 60
Yeah,
days?
it's gotta be done.
and we can't go and we can't keep prolonging it.
Man wants to work, you gotta put him to work.
It's Brad's report, sorry, I didn't mean to take over Brad's report. What
Anybody,
else
you
got,
got
Brad?
anything else, Brad? Does anybody got anything for Brad? All right,
I just had one thing for him right there, and it has to do with the brush and the debris. I can't imagine what we owe the county for the amount of time they spent down there on Avenue R, but that is the nicest I've seen it look in
It
a
looks
lot of years. So if we can please try and keep it that way,
I pile it all up, it's just that you don't burn it all, that's the problem.
we just, if
It looks really good.
It does. I mean, if we have to wait to burn it, at least get the tractor down there and trying to keep it look uniform. I mean, they did I don't want to waste what they did down there. That was a lot of money. But that's what I had for that.
Okay.
You think the bucket truck that we sell.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. God, dang.
Has anybody got anything else for Brad? All right. Thank you, Brad. Approval of the bills in the amount of $186,183.10.
That's a lot of money.
And one of the reasons, if you'll remember, one of the reasons the bills are higher this time was because at the last meeting, Vicky was on vacation
Exactly.
and we paid the important.
Motion to
Question.
approve.
I got a question.
Yes, Mark.
We're buying a hat for the Parks Department. What kind of hat do we buy?
It was a straw hat when they putting out the garbage cans and stuff. They need,
For what? Put in the garbage?
yeah, when they were putting out all the garbage cans and stuff, it was about to kill it. It was 107 degrees.
Oh, when they're just handing distributing.
Jerry, you better get one of them hats.
I need one.
Yeah.
You're awful red,
Yeah.
And the
Not in
other
the
question,
budget this year.
the other question I got. This is on the bills now. You got an explanation for why we got so many clutches of it?
I talked to PJ about that. He got the original clutch assembly, put it on the machine, and some new clutch, something, he didn't put it on right, so he didn't, I guess hadn't been trained or knew how to put it on, so it burnt the new one up. So he took it down there, bought the new one, put it on there, and had them put it on. That's why he had labor charge on it, but now he's trained and knows. He burnt the first one up on his own. And he admitted to that. He said, I did it wrong.
Okay,
But then he took it to Wilson.
it's a pretty good sized bill.
Showed him how to do it, and now he knows how.
Thanks, bro.
We got a motion.
Motion by Alicia,
Second.
second by Jake. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Item 10, citizen comments. General concerns, speakers are limited to 3 minutes.
That includes me.
That includes you.
Well, I went on vacation.
Can you come to
I moved there from Miramar about 8 years ago. And sometimes my bill is high, my utility bill. And usually I know what it is. Well, I went on vacation the 2nd of July and came back the 2nd of August. And I have a bill for July. There's no way. I've never seen, in the 45 years I live in Florida, I never seen a bill like this. So
It's just my bill,
who I need to show this to?
$100 higher.
$900 and 2 cents, $900 and 2 cents. I don't know what happened. If my house was leaking water, it would be flooded for that amount of water. $900 worth of water. It's just, something is wrong.
No, we sent it out on a recheck. It was water. There's a water leak or something somewhere. He came in here the other day and I asked him to bring it to the meeting.
When I saw the bill, I turned the water off and I went and looked at the meter and it wasn't turning. It's simple. If you have a leak, the meter's gonna turn.
You said you turned the water off and the meter wasn't
I
running?
turned the water off in all of my house, everywhere. And I go up and flip the meter open and look at it, stand there for a while, and it didn't turn. So there's
Well,
no leak in my house.
The water has to be on your side to make it turn.
Right.
He left the valve on, he shut everything off in his house.
Okay.
So if it was
Not the valve by the meter.
He left it alone.
The valve and everything is still open. But the water, all the faucets in my house was off. And the meter wasn't turning.
the meter was not turning?
Was not turning.
And y'all gonna recheck?
Mhm.
And what did the recheck?
And it showed higher usage from the original check. So
I'm the only
I
one
did
living
it. I
in my
did
house.
advise him
Yeah, you're
to
by yourself. You
take a
ain't use
picture
that
of
much
his
water.
meter and
Right.
come up
I
here,
went on
and we would
vacation. I
verify our numbers to make
I
sure we got correct
tons of
readings.
it here.
but
None
that
of them
hasn't
look
happened.
Close to that. There gotta be some mistake in some.
Report that, say that again.
Whenever I spoke to him, I did tell him he could take a picture of his meter and bring it up to us or send it to us so we could verify what we have in our system versus what he's seeing to make sure it matches and it's
Okay.
still in line.
Let's
But I haven't
do
seen no
this.
picture yet.
In fairness to him, Brad, can you go by tomorrow and look at his meter and take a picture of it? And then you and, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Mr. Osborne.
Mr. Osborne can get
Osborne.
together,
Osborne.
yeah, and see what the difference is. And then Alicia or Ashley, you be Ashley today. Y'all can square up here and find out if there's a leak on his side. That's one thing. If it's a leak on our side, I want to catch it.
Well, from what I'm seeing, it's coming through the meter, but that's why I requested for him to bring me a picture or
That's what I'm
something.
saying. Let Brad go by there tomorrow and let him look at it. And then Brad get with Mr. Osborne.
That's right here in the corner.
Yep.
That's the one. He's the one that needed the dirt.
And then we'll see what we got from there. All right? And then see what the problem is.
Yeah. Joe, it's gotta be some, you know, I don't have much money. I'm a retired and I live there by myself and I never seen, I mean,
Yeah.
this.
But like I said, I'm not retired and I don't have much money, so we're all in the.
Well, in
But
the
yeah,
same
let
boat.
Brad get with you tomorrow. And
Okay.
we'll make something happen for you.
If it does come back that his usage is that, am I okay to work a payment arrangement
Yes.
with him? That's
I
why I
don't
asked
have a
him to come
problem
here.
with that.
Okay.
Yes.
I think so.
Can we work out a payment arrangement?
Yeah, that's if.
That's what I
yeah.
wanted to verify on the record
Okay.
so that I can do it on my own in there.
So I gotta still pay for what I didn't use?
If it went through the meter, it went through the
Right.
meter. But if
My
it
house would be flooded and I can.
Yes, sir. And what we're saying is,
Anybody threw out the.
Brad's gonna come and get with you tomorrow. He's gonna meet with you. He's gonna read the meter himself. He's gonna come back up here and compare notes. Maybe it was on us, it was a reading on us.
Okay.
And then, once we find out if it's on our side, we'll do something. If it's on your side, then you can get a payment plan.
In the meantime, I don't know if you guys gonna turn the water off for non-payment. I paid
No, we're not gonna
$400.
turn your water
I
off for
can't pay no
non-payment.
more than that.
No, until we get it worked out, we're not gonna turn the water
Okay.
off.
All right.
Larry and Brad, please do not cut his water off until we get this worked out. Okay?
I'll be around in the morning.
All right.
All right. Thank you for coming though.
Yes, more of the citizens should be here.
Yes, sir. You're right. Okay?
It's good to, I heard you talk about the trash pickup and all that. It's good when the homeowners know what's required of them,
Yeah.
but nobody's here.
Yeah.
There might be certain things, guys don't pick up, like an engine block or a transmission.
No, we can't pick
Yeah,
that
we don't
up.
So they need to know what and what they can.
Right. Okay. Well, thanks, sir.
Okay.
Okay, mayor and council to give report. Jake, you wanna go?
I would like to have a meeting next week.
Okay, can we do it after the CAPA meeting? Would that work?
CCPWA?
Yeah, I'm sorry, CCPWA. We need a motion. We just gonna, okay.
We're just gonna have a workshop meeting?
Yep,
I'd like to have a workshop
discussion.
meeting to discuss the
garbage,
the garbage a little bit
not
more and
garbage,
some of the
yes.
other issues that we have in the city. The other thing I have is Larry's saying we're right here at the end of this project. I don't foresee having to spend any more money. One thing that was not in the architectural design, which is a good thing because they would have charged us a lot of money for it. But as you see in front of you, we reached out to a couple different nursery wholesalers and came up with a landscape plan with their help. And what you see in front of you is to purchase the plants. And those plants would be between the sidewalk and this curb where the sod is not at, all the way down, circle brighten the library up a little bit, brighten City Hall and the front entrance to City Hall. And then in between we took all the bushes out from around the bathrooms. So it's pretty much bushes everywhere they were before, except for in the medians. And that was one thing we did there. As far as the install, I was going to take care of that with Ian and myself and my helper and another guy. So I'm asking you to approve this purchase of these plants to get them put in the ground.
For this amount up there.
Yes, sir, the $4,360. Everywhere these plants are going, there is irrigation. Some of it has to be reinstalled, but the pipes are there. The landscaping is going to be in the grass medians coming down First Street, and then, like I said, around here, I'm going to landscape along this. I like the landscape around these air conditioners and stuff to keep the grass from blowing in there. I mean, even though they're old, but they're just to brighten it up a little bit.
And this was not originally budgeted, but if you consider part of the project, we could use the ARPA funding to fund this.
Jake, I'm good with this. I got one thing I'd like to ask of you there.
Yes, sir.
Could you at least ask the FFA or the ag class if they could send you some helpers that day?
I'd love to do
I think that would be,
James Sharp's asked me before.
well, if you don't
Volunteer
mind,
work.
get them involved in this, please, sir.
I would do it.
Okay.
That who you want to get it from?
They were the cheapest and the localist. And one other thing is this Montura Gardens, they come and set up at all the food events here. They set up at Chalanika. They're part of the Lakeport Festival. You know, I mean, they are community oriented. They were the easiest and the closest and the cheapest.
Yeah,
And,
that's my only thing. I don't have a problem with it myself, but I'd like to get James
okay.
and get some people involved in
I can do
that.
I'll definitely go ask.
Yeah.
Make a motion to spend $4,360 out of the ARPA fund
Motion by
for
Mark.
Montura Gardens.
seconded by Brad. Any other discussion? All in favor?
I got two
All
palm trees I
opposed.
want to give away.
Uh,
Giant palm.
Hold on, let us get through here. Let us get through here.
on that irrigation.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carried. You got two palm trees?
Yeah.
See Jake when the meeting's over.
Giant palm. They go someplace.
Yeah.
I just scared them sometimes.
If you'll see Jake after the meeting, he'll help you right out.
Right off.
Free. You
All
got
right.
to take them up though.
What did you set the meeting for? It's Monday?
Monday.
It'll be Monday after CCPWA.
Did you have anything?
No, I'm done. with
Hey,
that.
this young man said he's
I
got two.
see, I hear you. I seen the palm trees over
That
there.
was
Okay.
701. Go look at that.
Okay,
About
you good,
65 feet.
Alicia?
Jessica Stafford said that she emailed the.
I
approval
emailed her
date.
back today.
Okay, so,
I looked through our calendars and I put them all on
Everything's
there. Mhm.
so we're good to go. Okay, that's all.
And
The
what's that
same thing
for?
we did
Oh,
last time
that's
for
for
the
the,
Riverside.
okay,
Mhm.
okay.
I just want to make sure.
She
that
actually
we
had some special dates on there. She wants to do a trunk or treat out here on Halloween.
Yeah.
And she wants to do a Valentine's night because she couldn't make a market work on a Saturday in February, so she wants to do a Valentine's night out here.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just making sure that you got it and everything was good.
Mark, are you good? Anybody got anything for Alicia? Mark, you got anything?
I do got one more thing real quick.
Get it?
You used to do that.
The monument.
Shut up, Mark.
Was there any way we could paint the backside of that seawall? Because it looks so good, but when you're on the bridge and you're walking this
I
way.
know.
Backside of what, concrete?
Yeah.
The
The
monument.
monument.
I will tell you that,
Did you look into a mural before? on
as
there?
your representative for TDC, if the election goes the way I hope it is I have TDC pushing for 2 murals in town.
Oh, yeah.
One of them on the telephone building, which I got to jump through some hoops to do that one. But the only hoop we got to jump through to paint that one right there is us. And so we're going to put a presentation to come before the council and show pictures. We can paint a memorial,
Cool.
but
It looks really good.
yeah, a
And then-
memorial on the backside of it. 'Cause
Yeah.
you see murals everywhere, but where do you go and see one by boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, that's cool. It would be really nice. Good
Okay,
job, Jake.
Yes,
It needs to be paid for.
and TDC should pay for it.
Yeah.
Well, Okay. Yes.
Okay, anybody got anything else for Alicia? Alicia, you good?
I'm good.
You're done. Mark?
We talked about having a meeting with the police or.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Willis, I spoke to him today,
Yes, sir.
and that's who I was talking to when you went by, Brad. But he'd be glad to meet with us.
Okay.
And our concerns is what I told him, the issues we're having. Did that man get trespassed?
I sent Brad over that way to see if he could get a hold of him and all.
He was all the way down at the other end. He wasn't at the marina when I went by, but when I catch him charging up there,
Well, when I got a phone call on him, he was sleeping at,
he was
The
at
last
the picnic
bench.
table on the end down there.
yeah.
He wasn't hooked to nothing. He publicly, I've approached the sheriff department before. They won't trespass him because they're not,
Do I
We
need
don't have a
anything
homeless
else?
ordinance.
because they're, I can't tell him he can't be there.
Yeah, that's one of the things Stacy was
Now, they
asking.
called me, and I know you guys want to get out of here, but they called me up, the sheriff's department called me and asked me if I wanted him trespassing when he was on the bench in front of the marina.
If he's doing something.
He was sleeping.
illegally Or.
Was it illegal to sleep?
Or something.
He wasn't doing anything but sleeping, and we don't need that out there at the marina.
Yeah, but if
You can't sleep in the rain.
Video of it, he might be trespassing because they said they didn't see him, so.
The guy Mark's talking about, I was over here doing some work the other day and the water park was running and nobody was up here.
Oh, yeah.
Straight up bottle of shampoo and some soap right there underneath the bucket.
Close your eyes, Lee.
I
That's probably trespassing.
I quit. saying
Yeah,
that.
see what I mean?
I left because I didn't want.
Did he have clothes on?
Yeah.
Okay.
He had his boxer shorts on, you know. And he shirt now.
Because that definitely would get him put in jail.
At least it's clean.
At least
That's
he
right.
got him locked out over there, so he can come up here. is what the
I
problem is.
think that was the guy who tried to break into my house.
I know, and like I said, I apologize. Larry, there's a camper park in town, Avenue R and Sixth Street, behind those apartments.
Mhm.
That camper does not belong there,
Have a tag?
to our ordinances.
Does it have a tag?
I don't know if it's got a tag or not, it don't matter, it don't belong there.
Like
All right?
Yeah, there might be somebody living in
If somebody,
Yeah, it is.
I think somebody, yeah, I think there's somebody living
I-
there.
It's hooked up, I see that.
I'm pretty sure that it's allowed to be there, but they cannot live in it.
Well, that's what they're doing.
So.
Living in it.
I can't remember.
I think I seen the same one.
The
you're
other
talking
one I
about.
had, Larry, is, I asked you this a month ago, over there off of Second Street and between Florida Avenue and Palm Avenue. There's some junk vehicles and junk trailers that need to be taken out of that alley.
That's that pink Jeep. And a pink colored Jeep.
I'm colorblind, man. I don't know what color. These hard questions.
You said Second and Florida Avenue?
Yeah.
Yeah, between Palm and
That's dead end-
Florida.
It's dead end place. I read the meter back there. I'll show you
Be
one.
careful, because that sewer, that septic tank was never filled in right, so watch your step back there. I know from the previous owner.
Yeah, that one.
We don't need that. That's all I got for you. Thank you.
Sure.
Well, wait a minute.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, go ahead.
Brad, you got anything?
Make it easy, I'm good.
Okay. and Every question I've had tonight has been answered. So, I'm good unless anybody has anything for me. Item 12, discuss financial statement. Okay. Item number 13, is that Jeremy? Motion by Alicia, seconded by Brad. All in favor? All opposed? We are in adjournment. Good luck, Brad. Good luck, Jake.
Good luck, guys.
Where are you going now?